Now let us do fifth problem of this exercise 8.2. What is given in this problem? That this ABCD is parallelogram. ABCD is parallelogram means this AB parallel to BC and this AB parallel to CD. This is what's given. C and E, these are the midpoints of sides AB and CD respectively. AB and CD respectively means this is what say F is midpoint of this side and E is midpoint of this side. It is given in this problem. What is to show that this AF and EC trisect the diagonal BD. Dissect means two equal parts, trisect means three equal parts. So we have to prove that DP equal to PQ equal to PQ. So what is given? First of all, write down what is given. ABCD is parallelogram. This is what is first thing is given. Second, this E and F are midpoints. E and F are midpoints of AB and CD respectively. Second thing is given. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove that this BD trisected by this AF and CE means we have to prove DP equal to PQ equal to BQ. That is we have to prove. For that, what we do. First of all, we know that this ABCD is parallelogram means AB equal to CD. So if AB equal to CD, then half of AB equal to half of CD. Why I am saying half of AB? Half of AB is CF and half of AB is AE. Half of CD equal to CF and half of AB equal to AE. So what is given? First of all, what is given? Quadrilateral ABCD is parallelogram. ABCD is parallelogram. ABCD is parallelogram means this CD parallel to AB. It implies AB parallel to CD. AB parallel to CD. But in this quadrilateral, A is part of AB implies this in quadrilateral it implies in quadrilateral AECF in quadrilateral AECF AE parallel to CF. AE parallel to CF. Why AE parallel to CF? Because AE is part of AB, and CF part of her CD. AB parallel to CD implies AE parallel to CF. Number one in this quadrilateral AECF. So again, ABCD is parallelogram means AB equal to CD. ABCD is parallelogram. Then AB equal to CD. Reason: opposite sides of parallelogram. Parallelogram ABCD. So AB equal to CD implies half AB equal to half CD. But you know that F is midpoint of AB. Midpoint of AB means AE and half CD means CF. It implies AE equal to CF. So in quadrilateral AECF, equation, this statement A say that AE parallel to CF, and equation number 2 state that AE equal to CF. So from equation or statement A and B, What we conclude? We conclude that quadrilateral AECF is parallelogram. AECF is parallelogram. Reason of this is E and F are the midpoints. E and F are the midpoints of respective sides AB and CD respectively. Now AECF is parallelogram. It implies if AECF is parallelogram, then definitely this AF parallel to CE. If this is parallelogram, implies AF parallel to CE. AF parallel to CE. Opposite sides of parallelogram. Opposite sides of parallelogram. Now, in this triangle ABP, in triangle ABP, this CF means EQ is part of CF. EQ is part of CF. This EQ is part of, not CF, EQ is part of CE. So this ECE, that is equal to EQ. EQ parallel to CQ, EQ parallel to, this is EQ parallel to, and this AP is part of AF. AF parallel to CE implies AP parallel to EQ. AP parallel to EQ. In which triangle? In triangle ABP. In triangle ABP. In triangle ABP. In triangle ABP. AP parallel to EQ. AB parallel to EQ. And AB parallel to EQ, and you know that E is midpoint of AB. E is midpoint of AB. Is midpoint of AB. If these two lines are parallel, these two segments are parallel, and E is midpoint of AB, definitely Q is implies what's a, this is what's a C statement, and this is what's a D statement. From C and D, from statement C and D, we conclude that what C say, this EQ parallel to AP, and second what is given, that E is midpoint of AB, so definitely it means that this Q is midpoint of DP or PB, and if Q is midpoint of DP or PB, implies BQ equal to PQ. This is equation number 1. BQ equal to PQ. Similarly, in the same manner, we can prove that this DP equal to PQ. Similarly, we can prove that. Similarly, we can prove that. This what say, we can prove that PQ equal to DP. DP equal to PQ. Number 2, and this from equation 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, we conclude DP equal to PQ equal to PQ, and it implies this AF and BC, this AF and BC trisect this BD, implies AF and CE trisect BD. In the fourth problem, what is given, that ABCD is trapezium. ABCD is trapezium with AB parallel to CD. What is given? Quadrilateral ABCD is trapezium. You know that trapezium means one pair of opposite side parallel, means here given that AB parallel to CD, and another thing is given that E is midpoint of, another thing is given that E is midpoint of, E is midpoint of is AD, E is midpoint of is AD. And what is we have to prove? What is we have to prove that this F is to be proved to be midpoint of CF, provided that this number. What is given in the fourth problem of this? What is given in the fourth problem of this exercise? That quadrilateral ABCD is trapezium. You know that trapezium is quadrilateral having one pair of opposite side parallel. That is given that AB parallel to CD. That is given. AB parallel to CD given in quadrilateral ABCD. That is trapezium ABCD. E is midpoint of AD. E is midpoint of this AD side AD, and a line drawn, this EF given parallel to CD. EF given parallel to CD or EF given parallel to this AB. That is what is given. A line through E parallel to AB intersecting BC at E, means this EF is parallel to AB or CD. It is given. EF parallel to AB or EF parallel to CD. That is given. Now what is to prove? If E is midpoint of this AD, then we have to prove that F is midpoint of this BC. F is midpoint of BC. What is to prove? That if E is midpoint of AD, we have to prove that F is midpoint of BC. That is to show. We have to show that F is midpoint of BC. Now let us denote this point of intersection of this EF at BD is O, and let us consider one triangle, that is ABD. In triangle ABD, ABD means this triangle. What is given? A is midpoint of AD. E is midpoint of AD. A is midpoint of AD. That is given. Let us say this statement number say 1. And second thing is given that this EF parallel to AB. EF parallel to AB. EF parallel to AB means EO parallel to AB. That is EF parallel to AB means EO parallel to AB. Because EO is part of EF. So EO parallel to AB, this is taken. So what happened? E is midpoint of AD and this EO parallel to AB. So converse of midpoints theorem say that if line segment drawn parallel to one of the side of triangle and it is passing through one of the midpoint of triangle, one side of midpoint of one side of a triangle, then it intersect another side at the midpoint. It is just converse of midpoint theorem. Midpoint theorem say that line segment drawn by joining midpoint of two sides of triangle is parallel to third side. But converse of midpoint theorem say that if a line segment drawn through midpoint of one side of a triangle and parallel to third side, then it intersect another side at midpoint. So this one equation 1 for statement 1 and statement 2 implies O is midpoint of BD. O is midpoint of BD. And if O is midpoint of BD, it implies OD equal to OB. Say this is what, say equation 3, and reason converse of midpoint theorem. Converse of midpoint. Now let us consider this another triangle. Let us consider another triangle, that is triangle BDC. In triangle BDC, we have already proved that we have proved that O is midpoint of BD. That is proved above. O is midpoint of BD. That is proved above. This is what says statement number 4. And again, EF parallel to AB, and OF is part of EF, means OF parallel to AB, and AB parallel to CD implies OF parallel to CD, and this is statement number 5. So in this triangle we have got two things. O is midpoint of BD, and OF parallel to this CD. OF parallel to CD, and O is midpoint of BD. So this statement number 4 and statement number 5 implies F is midpoint of BC. Reason converse of midpoint theorem. And thus we have shown that F is midpoint of BD. First of all, E is midpoint of this side AD, means O is midpoint of BD by converse of midpoint theorem. And second, O is midpoint of BD from this proof. Then F is midpoint of BC. Now in the sixth problem, we want to show that line segment formed by joining midpoint of opposite sides of any quadrilateral bisect each other. Let us say this quadrilateral, in quadrilateral ABCD, P, Q, R, S are the midpoints of sides AB, BC, CD, AD respectively. Now we want to show that this line segment formed by joining midpoint of opposite side, means this PR and SQ. PR bisect SQ. Now how to prove this problem? How to prove this? For that, what we do, we join any diagonal. What to do? We join any diagonal of this quadrilateral. This is what is P, this is Q, R and S. PQ, this R and S. These are the midpoints of ABCD side respectively. Now to prove this, what we do, we join any one of the diagonal of this quadrilateral ABCD. Let us say join BD. If we join BD, then what we get? We get these two triangles. One triangle is triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, what P and S are the midpoints. P and S are the midpoints of sides. P and S are midpoints. P and S are the midpoints of sides AD and AB respectively. So using midpoint theorem, what we conclude? This PQ implies using midpoint theorem. This PS side is parallel to BD. PS parallel to BD, and let us say this one, and PS is equal to half BD. This is what say to. Similarly, this Q and R. Similarly, Q and R are the midpoints of sides. Which sides? Q is midpoints of side BC and R is midpoints of side CD respectively. So in this triangle BCD implies in triangle BCD, this QR parallel to BD. This is what say 3, and QR is half BD. QR is half BD. This is equation number 4. And from this 1, 2 and 3, 4. From equations 1, 2, 3 and 4, we conclude that what we conclude? Quadrilateral PQRS is parallelogram. Quadrilateral PQRS is parallelogram. Now again we come to this side. If quadrilateral PQRS, this PQRS is parallelogram, then you know the property of parallelogram. Diagonal of the parallelogram bisect each other. So this PR and SQ are the diagonals. So implies PS, not PS, implies PR bisect QS because diagonal of parallelogram bisect each other. So what we have done? What is given in quadrilateral ABCD PQRS? These are the midpoints of sides. From this midpoint of side, we have joined this diagonal, and from this triangle we conclude that this PS parallel to BD. In this triangle we come to reach to conclusion that QR parallel to BD, and from this 1, 2, 3 and 4 we conclude that this PQRS is parallelogram. If this PQRS parallelogram, then we know that diagonal of the parallelogram bisect each other.